What's going on, everybody? Crypto Renegade here again with another hardware wallet review video for you. And in today's video, we are going to be comparing two very high quality second generation wallets here. Coming in on my left, your right, we have the Ledger Nano X, and coming in on my right, your left, here is the BC Vault. And what we're going to do here is kind of compare a couple of different categories of these particular hardware wallets, which I've used and tested extensively. You can get my full reviews on my website, bitcoinlockup.com, and then also there's a free download in the upper right hand corner, giant orange button, you can't miss it, for my free in-depth ebook, 5 best ways to secure your cryptocurrency. I can guarantee you, whether you're a novice or you're an expert, you will learn something new. So go ahead and check it out. It's completely free. So let's get into these wallets. Again, the categories we're going to cover in these two particular wallets are we're going to look at the design, security, and form factor in the first category, kind of compare the two. Secondly, we're going to look at the coin support, take a look at what coins they're holding and if there are any unique particular blockchains that are supported. And then finally, we are going to look at a price comparison, and I will give you my in-depth kind of overall roundup of which of these wallets I would choose personally if I only had to choose one. So let's jump right into it here. So as I mentioned here on my left here, the Ledger Nano X is a second generation device from Ledger, which is a very well-known company. I'm sure you've probably heard of it, or you may even already own a Ledger Nano S device, which is their first generation device. So some of the key factors that I'll talk about on the Ledger Nano X here that they've made an upgrade from their last device are two major things, or two major selling points. Number one is this is now a wireless and Bluetooth device. Let me go ahead and pull it out here. So this device is a little bit larger, pretty much the same form factor that the Ledger Nano S has. So it does have the kind of brush aluminum here, and then the flip out design here with the screen here. But the two big things here is this is now wireless and Bluetooth enabled. So it does have a security element chip, just like the previous device did. And you can now use this wirelessly and using your smartphone to connect on an iOS or Android app on your smartphone. So now you can manage your assets on the go. You also do have an option here with the USB-C cable to use the Ledger Live app on your computer. So you have the option. If you don't maybe trust the Bluetooth connection, you think it's not as secure as you'd like it to be, not a problem. You have both options here. You can use it on your smartphone. You can use it on your desktop or laptop computer. Not a problem here. They've also upgraded the kind of the sturdiness and the overall form factor of the design. On the Ledger Nano S, the first device here, it was even smaller than this, and it had a kind of an indented, much smaller screen. And then they had two mechanical buttons up here. So what they've done here is they've moved the two mechanical buttons for navigating and signing transactions right here and right here. And the screen is a little bit larger, which does make it better. And the reason that that's actually really important is when you're actually using these in the real world on a day-to-day basis, having a large screen, you need to be able to verify the wallet address that you're sending and receiving from, and that pre-generates on the screen for you to authorize it. So when you have a small screen and you have to wait for it to load and scroll for you to verify that each character is correct, it's a real hassle and a real pain. That's one of the things I didn't like about the Ledger Nano S, the first generation device. So they've made it a little bit bigger, a little bit easier, but honestly not by much. They also, as I mentioned, upgraded the port here to USB-C, so also you're going to get a faster transfer when you're using it on a desktop or a laptop computer as well. So the second thing on this one that they upgraded, which is a huge deal, is now you can support up to 100 assets on this device at one time, whereas for instance the Ledger Nano S, you can only hold 3 or 4 apps or coins on the device at once. So for someone that has a larger portfolio or they plan to expand their portfolio, you can now hold all your assets and on your device all at once at one single time, which is a big deal. So massive upgrade in terms of what they've done from the previous generation device. And what I've really liked using is having the mobile support. Not having to be tethered to a computer really is very convenient, and not having to be required to be plugged into your laptop with an internet connection and so on and so forth to use this device. Being able to use it on your smartphone on the go really makes a huge difference. So that's what I really like about this device here. So on my right here is the BC Vault. Now, if you haven't heard of this particular wallet here, this is a fairly new wallet, but is very cool. I'm going to take it out of the box so you can take a look at it. Now, I will give you a disclaimer here. The device that I'm going to pull out of the box here is a custom one that was sent for me. for review purposes. So it's not going to be the exact device if you order it that it's going to look like, and I'll explain the difference in just a second here. So as you can see on the device, this is the BC Vault here. It's a limited edition and it's an aluminum kind of case finish. That was custom done for me here. However, it does have an upgraded plastic for the standard version that is all black. It's not silver. But overall, this is going to be how the device looks. It has a large 2.42-inch LCD screen, I believe, and then it has a full D-pad for navigation and a center button for authorizing and confirming your selection as well. It does have a SD card slot, so you can encrypt and sign things offline and then put it in the device as well. And then it does have a USB-C connector. So that is going to allow you to tether it and use it on the BC Vault app. So again, one of the best things that I like about the BC Vault here is, even though it does not have any wireless support currently, it only connects via the web application, either on a desktop or a laptop computer, no mobile support, but it is a very, very clean and very, very easy to use interface. When you set up the device, it's very interesting. There is no recovery seed phrase like there is on this one. You actually shake the device, it generates random keys, and then as far as a backup, it does give you an encrypted QR code in the box that you can use to scan if you ever need to recover your coins if the device is ever lost or broken or stolen or what have you. But one of the other things that I really, really like about this device is this one actually supports multi-sig very well. And if you're unsure of what multi-sig is, multi-signature, it allows you to have multiple people be required to sign a transaction in order for it to send. So for instance, this is really helpful if you have a corporation and you have multiple shareholders like a CEO, CFO, CTO, whatever, and you need multiple parties to vote or multiple parties to authorize or sign off on a particular transaction. You can do that very, very easily. Not only that, on the BC Vault, you can have up to 2,000 individual wallets. So you can hold up to 2,000 coins, each with their own password, each with their own number of leveled users. So that's really, really cool. There's no wallet out there right now that I'm aware of, and I've pretty much researched them all, that you can hold up to 2,000 individual wallets at a single time. And again, I'm not talking coins here, I'm talking individual wallets. So you can have one wallet that has multiple coins, that has a set of users that are assigned to it. You can set a security pin for each one, so each individual wallet within it is secured. So you've really, really stepped up the security, and it's very, very unique. There isn't another wallet out there like this one. So that's what I really, really like about this. Again, as far as storing your cryptocurrencies, as far as transacting in the cryptocurrencies here, this one, the user interface is very, very good. Again, it's gonna, as far as the overall design, it does have the same security chip as the Ledger Nano X, and I believe they have their standard MCU chip is upgraded as well. So I don't know the exact specs on that, but I'll leave a link down below in the description. You can check out the exact specs on it. Comes in a pretty nice box. As you can see, the presentation is fairly nice here. The packaging also is tamper evident. I mean, there's just really, really good attention to detail, and obviously it has this much larger screen. So not only can you use QR codes, which is a big deal for when you're signing transactions with, from a smartphone or from your computer, being able to scan a QR code to send is very, very easy because it reduces any issues with or typos with individually putting in wallet addresses. However, even with the QR code, it does give you the full wallet address you can compare before you send a transaction, because as you know, once you send it, it is done. So that's what I really, really like about this one. It's very, very unique, very, very secure, and this one is built for multiple users and still being secure. So you can have your own individual wallets. You can set up a wallet to share with your spouse or with your family or with whoever you want, and you can have individual wallets with different permissions on each wallet so that you can have your own security on your own wallets. And this is a very, very secure shared wallet, which again, not many hardware wallets accommodate right now. So you could have a whole family of secured users, each managing their own coins, managing on the same device without compromising the security of anyone else on one device. And to me, that's a big deal. So my whole family can have each individual coins on this device and individual wallets, and I won't have access to theirs, they won't have access to mine. We all log into the same UI to manage it, and it's beautiful. So just wanted to say that this one is entirely unique, not only just to the Ledger Nano X, but to any other hardware wallet that I've currently seen. So let's take a look at the coin support here. So on my left, the Ledger Nano X here, this one does support up to 1,100 different coins. Now, as I mentioned, you can have up to 100 coins at once on the device, but you have a selection of 1,100 plus coins, 1,100 coins. A lot of those are going to be ERC20 tokens, but they are going to be adding native support here. They already have native support for about 200 to 300 coins right now on the Ledger Live app, which is really, really cool. They're going to be adding some new coins that I'm a fan of with native support here, such as Monero, Tezos, and things like that. A lot of those security coins that I really, really like. So that's what I really like here about the Ledger is you don't have to really worry. It's almost guaranteed that unless you have a really obscure coin, this is going to be covered on this device, and you're not going to have to worry about it. So that's really, really cool. Coin support for the BC Vault. So the BC Vault, again, is going to support all the ERC20 tokens, and most hardware wallets these days are going to support all ERC20 tokens natively. So, I mean, that's several hundred coins or maybe even 1,000 at this point, but also has all your top market cap coins, supports for stable coins, either on the ERC20 protocol or even some other ones like USDT, OmniLayer, and things like that. So again, the coin support I would say is fairly even as far as the number of coins or the different coins. This one is also, again, some of my favorite coins that are going to be added, Monero and Tezos or things like that you can do staking and some other things to start earning interest on. Is really interesting to me. So I like the fact that you can also do that on the BC Vault as well. So pretty straight across the board in terms of the amount of coins or coin selection that you can have on these two devices. So let's take a look at the final category, third category here. So the Ledger Nano X is a pretty modest upgrade over the Ledger Nano S. This comes in at $119 US. As of the shooting of this video, there's no current specials on it right now, but again, I will leave a link for both of these devices down in the description. They may be announcing a Black Friday special here in the coming weeks, so for the most up-to-date pricing and most up-to-date specials, check the links down below in the description, and you can check it out. But as of right now, this is $119, and that's their standard price. The BC Vault is a really high level and secure device. The standard pricing on this one is 131 euros, which if I translate it to USD, and it always fluctuates obviously based on the exchange rate, but 131 I believe is about 142-ish USD at this time. So again, roughly $140, give or take a few dollars at any given time here. So this one is a little bit more expensive, but again, you get a lot more expandability with this device. If you want to securely share this device with multiple people, the BC Vault is how I do it. So honestly, in terms of the overall price, they're fairly close. I mean, if you're looking for a hardware wallet and you want to secure your coins, you're really not going to quibble over 120 versus 140-ish. It's not going to make that big of a deal. So let's get my final verdict here. So we've covered kind of all the unique features, form factor, design, and then the pricing as far as these wallets. Now, again, just to recap, some of the key features here is this one is wireless and mobile supported. This one is not. This one only has access to desktop or laptop. So in terms of usability and user experience, the Ledger Nano X has to win there because it has more flexibility. However, this is more of a, in my opinion, a corporate device or a shared device and supports multi-sig and some other things that make it very, very secure, as well as their initiation, their setup, and generating the private keys and so on and so forth. So security is going to win on this one. So at the end of the day, if I had to choose between these two devices and I didn't have any of them, again, it really just comes down to your preference. It really depends on what coins you need to support. Do you mind using only a computer for when you need to use it? Do you need mobile support? Again, those are the decisions that you're going to have to make as far as what's important to you. But if it was me and I was only buying one wallet and I had to make a choice between the Ledger Nano X and the BC Vault, I honestly would take the BC Vault because it has a lot more wallets that you can hold, up to 2,000 wallets with unlimited number of coins. You can share it. It has multi-sig. It's just overall, in my opinion, a more secure wallet. There's nothing wrong with this wallet. There's nothing unsecure about this wallet. But again, if I had to limit it down and I had to make a choice about which one is going to take me into the future for support as far as expandability, that kind of thing, I would have to say the winner of this particular video is going to be the BC Vault. So we're going to wrap it up today for this particular video of the comparison between the BC Vault and the Ledger Nano X. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns about any of these wallets, I've done extensive reviews on my website. Leave them down in the comment section below. I'll be answering them personally for you. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps me out. If you didn't like the video or it wasn't helpful for you, give me a thumbs down. Let me know how I can improve by giving me as much feedback as possible. And then finally, if you like this type of content, crypto product reviews, crypto hardware wallet reviews, and making sure that you're using the best services for entering this new monetary revolution, please subscribe to the channel. That's going to be it for today's video. Crypto Renegade out.